Eight-Bit Baseball is on. We're here today at Marauding Pirates Park for a game between the Pirates and the Overland Kings. The Overland Kings are 5-3 on the season. Pirates are 6-2. Pitching today for the Marauding Pirates, Saniuk. He's 0-1 with a 4.95 ERA. On the hill for the Kings, Matty. 1.16 ERA, 3-1. And leading off today for the Kings, Chatty, the third baseman. That's in on the hands, but he bats at it. That's hit very hard out into right field. That's a home run. That's a home run to begin the game. Looks like the Kings came to play. Chatty putting that one out into right field. So Herb's the second baseman up, and that's down on the third base side. Dylan has it, and not in time. Herbs was able to leg that out. Herbs has got some speed, and I've seen him do that a number of times. He's able to get on base in that manner. And the first pitch there to Leone, the right fielder, is fouled onto the third base side. And back outside on the outside of the plate for a strike. 1-1 now to Leone, the right fielder. Back inside, he swings at that one, and it's hit up into center field. That's all the way out to Allen. And he throws that in, and the runners are advanced. The runner, I should say. So a runner at first and second, nobody down for Dannard, the left fielder. And that's popped into center. Allen is moving out, and he is under that. Out. All right, so now one down. Runners at first and second for Kenny, the first baseman. And he hits that very hard into left field. Fallon is out there, and he's going to be right at the warning track. Wow, very, very hard hit ball there. But Fallon has it nonetheless, and two down now for Ronald, the center fielder for the Kings. All right, and that's hit back to Saniuk, who close. Throws up to Evans, the second baseman, and we are out at the top of the frame. The visitors already leading 1-0. So Matty on the hill, one of the aces of the Champion League. And that's hit very hard into left field. I don't think Dannard's going to be able to get that one. Wow, look at that. Anything you can do, I can do better. Lead-off home runs. Well, some excellent production from the leadoff hitters by both teams today. Hitting solo shots. Oh, a diving attempt by Olaf, the shortstop, comes up in vain. And so Wright has reached safely here in the first. Green now up to bat, the right fielder. Down the line, that's down the third base line. That's going to be in for a hit, and that advances the runners, and he's going to be moving. No, I'm sorry, that will hold the runners. Dannard is out there, he grabs it, and so Evans now up to bat. He is the strike. He is the cleanup hitter, but swung through that first pitch from Matty. So no balls, one strike to Evans, second baseman for the Pirates. Inside for a ball evens the count at 1-1. And inside for a strike. Matty had some excellent control there. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Evans, the second baseman. Back out across the plate, and he hits that into right field. Leone grabs it, and he has to throw it in. We've got the bases loaded. So the home team is surging here after the solo home run, and have got the bases loaded, and that is caught by a diving Chatty, but not in time. The throw to home was not in time, and a run scores. That is an RBI for Clark. And Allen now comes up to bat. The home team leading now 2-1. Bases still loaded. Nobody down. Checks the runners. And back inside, that's a ball in the dirt. 2 balls, no strikes now to Allen, the center fielder. Back outside, swinging strike. He swung right through that one. 2 balls, 1 strike now to Allen. Matty in the dirt. Once more, Allen holds up on that one. So it's 3 balls and 1 strike. And he bats at that one. That's over on the third base side. That's going to get through for yet another hit and another RBI. How about it? Some first inning fireworks here by the home team, now up 3-1. And that is another hit right in the gap there between the third baseman and shortstop. 4-1. Bonsai, the catcher, now up. Bases still loaded, nobody down, leading 4-1. Strike, swinging strike on the outside of the plate. No balls and 1 strike. Outside, just caught the edge of the plate. Very effective pitch there. And that one's down the first base line. Kenny has that one. He steps on the bag and is able to keep the runners held. So base is still loaded, but finally now an out. And Saniuk, the pitcher, up to bat. In on the hands and fouled. Strike 1. No balls, 1 strike to Saniuk. Matty checks the runners. Back across the plate, he's popped up. That's out to Olaf, the shortstop. Moves just beyond the infield and is able to make the second out. So now finally 2 outs. Back to the top of the order, Fallon, who began this inning with a home run. And he's fouled onto the first base side, into the stands. Fallon's average is up to 250 now after that home run. And 3 long balls on the season. 1-1 the count. Bases loaded, 2 down. Matty. And it was across the zone. He bats at it, but he's popped up, and it's just beyond the infield. Olaf, the shortstop, is going back, and he has it for the out. And so we will move to the second inning. Home team leading 4-1. Leading off this one for the Kings, Olaf. He's the shortstop. Batting .333 on the season. Swings through the first pitch from Saniak there. Strike. 2 balls, 1 strike to Olaf. Lines and delivers inside. He bats at it, though, and it's fouled. It's on the first base side ground. So, no balls and 2 strikes. Olaf behind on the count. And he strikes out. Olaf taking the pitch on the outside, looking, and strikes out. So Saniak recording the K. And the first pitch there is foul onto the third base side from Jody, the catcher for the Kings. No balls and 1 strike to Jody. Saniak gives him a pitch on the outside of the zone that he bats. It's up to Wright, the shortstop, who throws over to Clark in time for the out. So 2 down now. And the Kings are going to a pincher, Allens. And that is an attempt to generate more offense. And they don't have a lot of confidence in Matty today, I guess, after giving up the 4 runs there. And so they prefer to try to generate some offense, and they'll sub him in the second inning. That one's in the dirt, 1-1. And Allens bats at that one, but it's fouled. It's on the first base side. Let's see if Clark can make a play on it. He is moving out there. If there's enough room, he's got it for the final out. So that retires the side in the top of the second. We move to the bottom. Marauding Pirates up 4-1. And Doctor in for Matty. He's done a lot of excellent work in long relief, and this might be the perfect situation for him. The first pitch is popped up, and that was Leone running a long way. The right fielder had to move well out of his position into almost center field to make that catch. So Green, the right fielder for the Pirates, now up. That one's popped up. It's going to be beyond the infield. It's on the third base left field side, but it is the third baseman Chatty out there. Makes the catch. And so Evans now, the second baseman. And that's hit into the foul territory, first base side. Foul ball. No balls, 1 strike to Evans, the second baseman for the Marauding Pirates. Right across the zone, and he hits that one, gets the thick of the bat on it, and it's hit out into center field. He's on base with a single. So Clark now, he is the first baseman for the Pirates. Runner in motion there. He's attempting to steal, and caught stealing. How about that? Not able to complete the stolen base, and that will end the frame. So we move to the top of the second inning. Kings trailing 4-1. Chatty, his second at-bat after the solo homer in the first inning. And that is hit and popped up, and that is out to Evans. He's the second baseman, and out. All right, Herb's now up to bat. The speedy Herb's the second baseman for the Kings. And that's down the line, but it goes foul. And so we'll reset with no balls and 1 strike to Herb's. Pitch is way outside for a ball. 1-1 now to Herb's from Saniak. Back inside for a strike. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Herb's. Lines and delivers. It's back inside. It's popped up out into left center, and it is Fallon who rushes over the left fielder and makes the catch. So the right fielder for the Kings now up, Leone. Saniak outside, and that is hit into left field, and it's going to drop in front of Fallon. It looked like maybe he could make a play on it, but not quite, and he let it 1 hop and then threw it in. So that's a 2-out hit by Leone. Dannard's popped up. That's into foul territory, but it looks like Dylan's going to be able to make a play on it. He does, in fact. All right. So that ends the top of the third. To the bottom we go. Home team Marauding Pirates up and leading 4-1. Clark, the first baseman. And he hits that right up to Doctor, who just gloves and throws over to Kinney for first out. Allen, center fielder. Doctor back on the inside, and he bats at that one foul, third base side. A little bounce against the wall there. So no balls and 1 strike to Allen. Doctor back inside, didn't get the plate, however. It's a ball, 1-1. And Doctor winds and delivers, and it's hit back up to Doctor. He's able to just glove that and throw to Kinney. So Doctor's recording some assists here. And now Dylan is up. He's the third baseman. That was also fouled on the third base side. That one's into the crowd. Hello. Lovely memento for a lovely fan. And no balls and 1 strike. Dylan watches a ball on the inside, evens the count at 1-1. Third baseman is batting .314 on the year. And across the zone, he's popped up. That's also on the third base side. And it will be Chatty out there. He's under it. Has it for the out. So we're done with that one. To the fourth we go. Saniuk still on the hill for the Pirates. After giving up that solo shot in the first, he's been very effective. Kinney, first baseman for the Kings, will lead this inning off. He's the 5th hole hitter. Got 3 long balls himself. 2 balls, no strikes to Kinney. Outside, he finally got the outside of the plate there for a strike, so 2 balls and 1 strike. Saniuk winds and delivers back on the inside for a strike. Backed Kinney off a little bit with that one. Excellent motion on that pitch. 2-2. And that was also back on the inside, but he does bat it. He's bad at it. He's popped up. It's just beyond the infield, and it is Wright, the shortstop, who makes the catch. Ronald, the center fielder. Outside, the first pitch there is a ball. Ronald's batting .322 on the year. Saniuk gives him a pitch on the inside, off speed, but that's hit very hard, and I'm not sure where that one's going to fall. That is a home run! Wow. So Ronald deciding to chip into that lead, and he hits it right into the crowd for a home run. 4-2. It was popped up into center. Allen had to run a long way. He caught that one on the run. Tough catch to make, but he was up to the task. So now 2 down for Jody, the catcher. Trailing just by 2 now after the solo shot. Strike there by Jody. Swung through that one. No balls and 1 strike to Jody. Back on the inside for a ball. 1-1. Saniuk winds and delivers. It's hit into foul territory on the third base side. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Jody, the catcher. And back inside, struck him out. A nice off-speed pitch there that Jody watched go across the zone, and he's out. We're done with the top of the 4th. To the bottom we go. Home team still up 4-2. Bonsai, the catcher, now batting. And that's hit out to Herbs, who's able to glove in time and throw first. Alright, so Saniuk versus Doctor, a pitcher-on-pitcher matchup, and he bats it. That one's right across the zone. He's popped up. It's out into left. Dannard's there and records the out. So back to the top of the order, Fallon with his beefy .439 average. And that one's hit over to Herbs. Herbs grabs and throws over in time for the out. Alright, so we're done with the 4th. To the 5th we go. Doctor leading this one off. He is the pitcher. He's come in relief and been very effective. He's popped up there on the batting side. Fallon has it for the out. 1 down. Pirates are now going to go to the bullpen. They're going to bring in Pollock in favor of Saniuk. Alright. So, Chatty up to bat. Count is even. 1-1 to Pollock with that .5 ERA. 2 balls and 1 strike to Chatty. Pollock winds and delivers inside. Didn't quite get the plate there, so it's 3 balls and 1 strike to Chatty. Pollock across the zone. He bats at it. That's going to be out into left field for a hit. That is Fallon having to chase it down. Chatty gets on base. It's a double. Extra base hit for the third baseman. So Herbs now with just one down. Herbs is the second baseman, and he hits that one. That's gonna get to the shortstop. He's able to hold the runner, but Herbs is able to get in time. Once again, speedy Herbs able to get on base. Leone now the right fielder. Outside for a ball. Started inside, went outside. Ball one. One ball, no strikes, and runners at first and second. Inside for a strike. 2-1. I'm sorry, 2-2 rather, the count to the right fielder, Leone. Outside, once again, started well inside, went outside. 2 balls, 1 strike. Back across the zone. That's a very hard hit. That's out into right field. I'm saying that is probably, yep, home run. Well, how about that? That makes it 5-4 now. And down the line, that's fouled. So the visitors now up 5-4 after the go-ahead home run. That one's hit hard into center, and it is going to drop ahead of Allen. He's going to have to throw it in. Not able to get to second, but all right, with just one down. Now leading, Kinney is up to bat. And on the inside, it's down the foul line there. Foul ball. No balls, 1 strike to Kinney, first baseman. Inside, ball 1, 1-1. Only one down, runner at first, with the lead now. And that's hit out into left field. Fallon has to chase it down. He advances the runner. Runners at now first and second, only one down. Ronald, the center fielder, is batting. Pollock out on the outside of the plate, and it is Wright who grabs it up to second for 1, but not over to first in time for a double play. So with 2 down now, runners at the corners. Boldoff hits that one back up to Wright, who's able to throw to second in time for the force. So that will get us out of the frame, but the visiting Kings score 3, and they take the lead. Bottom of the 5th, Wright, the shortstop, leading off. He's batting .461 on the year. That's hit up to Olaf, who throws over to Kinney in time for the out. Green now. Doctor's been very effective since he came in relief. Green, the right fielder, and that's hit out into left. Dannard is on the run, manages to get that. That was not an easy play to make. All right, so Evans now, the second baseman, and the cleanup hitter. Down the line, first base, he's going to get on. That is, and he's going to round the base. He's headed up to second as Leone grabs it and throws it in. So that's a double by Evans. And what's this? Pirates going to pull in another pinch hitter in favor of Clark. They've got Hafesi. All right, so he will also be at first base. First pitch is a ball. And that one's hit into the gap there between the shortstop and third base. So he's going to get on the base as well. Runners at the corners now. Only and with 2 down, and Allen, center fielder, up. It's fouled on the third base side. Strike 1 to Allen, the center fielder for the Pirates. Trailing by 1. Strike. Big strike there. No balls and 2 strikes. So Allen is well behind here with runners in scoring position and 2 out. And he's popped up. The pitch was on the outside of the plate. He batted out, and he's popped up. It's Herbs that's running out there. He's just beyond second base and has it for the out. So that will end the threat. And the Pirates are unable to capitalize on that. Kings come up to bat now in the top of the 6th. Jody, the catcher, going to lead us off. Bats at that one. That's hit into just beyond the infield. It's Evans, second baseman out there, has it. Doctor now, the pitcher. Pitcher on pitcher duel. Doctor, the Kings pitcher, batting. And he is very lightly hit to Wright, the shortstop. He might be able to leg that out. No, not in time. Wright made it in. Rifle of a throw and was able to get him out. Chatty now, the third baseman. He's popped up. That's going to be into the stands, it looks like. Became a nightlight with an interesting backstory. And so Chatty, once again, no balls and 1 strike. Outside for a ball. Evens the count at 1-1 to Chatty. Ball. 2-1 now. 2-1 to Chatty, the third baseman for the Kings. Pollock lines and delivers inside. He bats at it. It's hit out to Wright, who throws over in time for the out. So that ends the top of the 6th. We move to the bottom. Home team up. Dylan, he is the third baseman leading us off. 305 averages. Pretty good from a 7-hole hitter, but not this time. Herbs grabs that one, able to throw over to Kinney in time for the out. And now Bonsai, the catcher. 3 42 on the year. Alright, and he's popped up. That's going to be into the crowd as well. Some lucky fan got that one. Banzai. No balls and 1 strike. Doctor back in on the hands, and he really likes hitting those foul balls into the stands. Looking out for the fans, I think. Creating memories, and that's down the line, and Kitty's able to grab it and step on the bag. So 2 down now for Pollock, the pitcher. And he's popped up. That is going to be Herbs, who moves in. The speedy Herbs, he's under it, and got it for the out. So to the 7th we go. And they're singing Sweet Caroline. Alright, so relief pitcher coming in. Clara now on the hill for the Marauding Pirates. And that's hit over just very lightly to right, who is not able to throw him out. Wasn't able to get to the ball in time, and so Herbs, once again, I know we say this a lot, he's very speedy, and he's gotten all of his hits today on infield ground balls that he legged out. That's going to be popped out to Green, the right fielder. So Leone is retired, and Dannard comes up with Herbs, the second baseman, still on first. Dannard hits that very hard, but it's out to Dylan, who's able to throw up to second in time for 1, but not over to first in time for the double play. So 2 down now for Kenny, the first baseman. And Kenny hits that. Wright is able to grab it. The shortstop, he throws to Evans at second for the force. So we're done with the top of the 7th. Move to the bottom. And who is this but Fallon, the left fielder, going to lead us off. Back to the top of the order. And he is not going to get that one by Olaf, who's able to glove it and throw over in time. Just barely in time. That was close. Wright, the shortstop now. And Wright hits that out into left. Let's see if Dannard can make a play. Whoa, he was running in hard and managed to get that out. Alright, so Green now, the right fielder for the Kings. Doctor has been very effective since coming in relief of Matty. And he's popped up. That's Chatty out there. And that is precisely Doctor's role. He is sort of a alternative starter, long reliever. So he is doing exactly what the team has asked for him to do. Center fielder Ronald leading this one off for the Kings. Outside for a ball, evens the count at 1-1. Outside for a ball makes it 2-1 now. Clara. Inside for a strike evens the count. 2-2 to Ronald, the center fielder for the Kings. Lines, delivers back inside. He's popped up. It's a little bit on the infield, but Dylan is out there, the third baseman. Ouch. Olaf now, the catcher. I'm sorry, the shortstop for the Kings. And he hits that up to his opposite number, Wright, who is able to throw him out in time. It was close. It was close. Jody, who is the catcher, is now up to bat for the Kings. Clara pitching for the Pirates. Outside for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Clara winds and delivers, and that one is hit down the line. That's going to be a successful hit for Jody. That's Fallon out there having to dig it out of the corner as Jody heads up to second base with a double. All right, so that brings up Doctor. Letting the pitcher bat. No ball, 1 strike. Runner at second, 2 down. Ooh, there's a lot of movement on Doctor's pitches. Incredible control. 1-1 the count. Back in on the inside, he bats at it. It's hit just beyond the infield, and it is Dylan, the third baseman, running out there to make the catch. Bottom of the 8th, Evans, the cleanup man, leading off. Back down the line. That is going to be a hit. Leone's going to have to grab that one and throw it in, and he's headed all the way up to second with a double. So a leadoff double here in the 8th inning is going to bring about a pitching change. Dodo now in. He's pitched brilliantly in relief for the Kings so far. Uh-oh, look out. Herb's diving for that one, but we've got runners at the corners. Runners at the corners now. So some offensive action. Nobody down. Dodo pitching for the Kings. Allen, the center fielder, up to bat. That's hit up to Olaf, who throws over in time for the out. Held the runners, but the runner on first did advance to second. So 1 down now for Dylan. And that's popped into left. That's Dannard, who is charging in. He has it. He's able to get the line drive and hold the runners. So still with now 2 down. Runners at second and third for Bonsai the catcher. Outside for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Dodo checking the runners. It's a tense situation here. And that is Herbs. Oh, it got beyond Herbs. So that is a run scored. The game is now tied 5-5. The old game tying RBI. All right, and the Pirates are going to put in a runner, Hyde, and they're also going to bring in a batter. So Miles in. He's popped right up for the what appears to be the last out here. That is Herbs over, and he grabs it for the out. So the game is now tied 5-5. Sable in to pitch, and we've got a defensive substitution. DeBoer in at catcher. All right, so Sable now pitching, and Chatty, the leadoff man, that's out into right field. Oh, that's got beyond green, so Chatty's going to be all the way up to second, if not more. Yep, Chatty is going to round second. He's headed into third. Oh, he did decide to stay at second, I guess, respecting the arm of green there. So with nobody out, runner at second, top of the ninth, tie ball game. All right, and that's hit out into center, and it is Allen running in to make the catch. He holds the runner there. And we move to Leone, the right fielder for the Kings, and he's popped up. He's popped up, and it is Evans coming in. Has it for the out. Dannard is being subbed for Ryan, a pinch hitter. All right, and he's popped up. That's out to Hafezi. And out. So that is the top of the ninth. Still a tie ball game. We move to the bottom. Home team can walk it off right here. The left fielder, Fallon, going to lead us off. He definitely has the chops to end the ball game with one swing of the bat. Ooh, that's outside for a ball. 1-1. Lines, delivers, strike. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Fallon, left fielder. Outside, and that one is going to get beyond the pitcher, and it's Herbs having to grab it. He does throw over to Kinney in time for the out. So 1 down for Wright, the shortstop. Dodo winds and delivers outside for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes to Wright. Strike. Started well outside the plate and then curved in at the last minute. Excellent pitch. 1-1 to Wright. And a similar pitch, but that one stayed outside the zone. So 2 balls, 1 strike. Dodo winds, delivers. Strike. 2-2 now. 2-2 to Wright. Winds and delivers. Ball. 3-1. I'm sorry, 3-2 rather. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Wright. Strike out. He struck out Wright. Well, how about that? Dodo recording a K here in the ninth. And that one's hit very lightly to Kinney, who grabs it and steps on the bag. So we are going to extra innings, top of the 10th. Game 5-5. Sable pitching for the Pirates, and Kinney up for the Kings. 5-5. Ball 1. And inside he hit him. So Kinney going to take the free pass there from Sable. And that brings up Ronald, center fielder. And the pitch across the zone there evens the count at 1-1. Runner at first. Oh, and another pitch across the zone there. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Ronald. Sable ahead on the count. Inside keeps him off the plate there. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Sable. And outside he struck out Ronald. So how about that? Sable recording a K here in the 10th. Inside hit by pitch on Olaf, so he'll take a free pass. And we've got runners now at first and second with only 1 down. Jody, the catcher, up. Outside for the second strike, so no balls. Jody's behind on the count, no balls and 2 strikes. In on the hands, and that one's hit out to Dylan, who's able to throw up to second in time, but not over to first for the double play. So we've got 2 down, and we've got Bobo in to bat. Let's see what he could do here. Big swinging strike. Ball back on the inside, 1-1. Sable outside, 2-1 now. To Bobo, the pinch hitter. Hit by pitch, he's going to take a free pass. So the bases are loaded for Chatty. 2 down. He swings at that one. It's outside the zone. Strike 1. No balls and 1 strike to Chatty. Oh boy, he hit that one hard into the left. Let's see where that one's going to land. That one's for the outfield only. That is a grand slam in the 10th inning. Well, I have a feeling that was a game-winning home run, a game-winning grand slam, but let's see what happens with 4 more outs to go. Herbst, the second baseman, his team now up by 4 after the grand slam by Chatty in the 10th inning. Chatty had quite a game. He began the game with a home run and ended the game with a grand slam. All right. It's a lot of RBIs in one game. Right fielder Leone now up. And he's popped up. That looks to be the last out of the frame. Sable coming over. He's under it. All right, so that's the last out of the top of the 10th. We move to the bottom of the 10th. The home team is trailing now by 4. They must make up 4 runs if they want to continue this game. And we're going to have yet another pitcher in batting. And a fielding change as well. Kirk in at right field. All right. And first pitch is a ball from Ben. Evans. Back on the inside, he hit Evans, so Evans will take a free pass. That brings up Hafesi. First pitch is a ball. Runner at first, nobody down. And that's hit over to the third base side. Chatty throws it up to second in time for 1, but not in time to first for the double play. So 1 down now. Runner still at first for Allen. He is the center fielder for the Pirates. And that was on the outside of the plate. He bats at it. It's out into left, and Dannard's out there. He grabs that. So 2 down now. This is the last opportunity for the home team to make up any ground, or the game is over. Dylan, the third baseman. And he's popped up into foul territory. Chatty, the third baseman, he's out there. This should be the last out of the ball game. It is. So there we have it. The visitors come in and win in extra innings 9-5 against the Marauding Pirates. Dodo captures a win. Sable will have to take the loss. And Chatty had a phenomenal game. Hope you enjoyed that one. Great game.